All right, good morning and welcome everyone to the Port of Pensacola. My name is Amy Miller and I'm the Port Director here at the Port. I appreciate everyone taking time out of their busy schedules to come down today to hear these historic announcements about new developments here at the Port. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Honorable Mayor Ashton Hayward to do the formalities. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Amy. Well, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Is that not too loud? I hope not. Well, I'd like to recognize a few people that are in the audience, and most importantly, recognize the public for being out here, business folks, community leaders, and just the public in general being out here to support this great announcement today, and it's another great day in Pensacola. I'd like to recognize Mr. Rich Biter, our Assistant Secretary of the Florida Department of Transportation. Mr. Robin Roberts, President and CEO of Offshore Inland. Mr. Philippe Lamego, President and CEO of Deep Flex. Senator Don Gates, President of the Florida Senate. I'd also like to recognize Chairman Lumen May. I did see Lumen. Where's Lumen? Chairman, thanks for being here. Madam President, Jewel Canada Wynn from the City Council. Councilwoman Sherry Myers. Is there any other elected officials who I am missing? Commissioner Valentino. I hugged Gene, but I didn't. I let him know I loved him right away. I gave him a hug. So it's an exciting day for Pensacola. Excuse me with the mic. Pensacola's proud maritime history stretches back more than 450 years to the moment the Spanish ship sailed into the bay in 1559. Over the years, the Port of Pensacola has frequently reinvented itself to adapt to changing times. From pine and pitch to bricks and lumber, from coal and rock to high-tech components for wind turbines, our port has always evolved. 2.5 years ago, I set out a new vision for the port, designed to position it to better compete in a changing global marketplace. I challenged both our citizens and the business community to change the way they thought about our port. I believe that by replacing political indecision with clear direction and commitment, we could transform our port into an economic engine for our region. Now we are beginning to see results. Our port is busier than at any time in recent memory, and world-class vessels like the Global 1200 are regular visitors. Today, we take the next step into the future of our port. I am proud to announce a new partnership between Offshore Inland and Deep Flex to build a major manufacturing facility at the Port of Pensacola, creating up to 200 new jobs. This advanced manufacturing facility, which is expected to be fully operational by the second half of 2015, will be developed using an existing port warehouse as well as new buildings and infrastructure on up to 3.5 acres of undeveloped port land. Workers here at our port will manufacture Deep Flex's complete product range of unbonded flexible pipe for deep water applications, producing up to 62 miles of specialized pipe each year. This is a huge win for our city, our county, and our region. These are good jobs with a living wage that will help to further strengthen and diversify our local economy. We are excited to work with Deep Flex and to Pensacola to continue to build our relationship with Offshore Inland. I want to thank Governor Rick Scott for continuing to support our efforts here in Pensacola and for his steadfast commitment and investment in Florida's ports. This project was possible because of teamwork on the part of a number of agencies, including the Greater Pensacola Chamber of Commerce, Scott Luth, and all your work with all your team, Jerry Maygarden, Enterprise Florida, the Florida Department of Transportation with Secretary Prasad, and you, Rich, the Department of Economic Opportunity and the Department of Transportation, as well as our friends at Escambia County. I also want to recognize and thank our City Council that made this possible and all the members of this project for their support. Our council and our port have come very far. Together, we have stopped talking about Pensacola's potential and started to make it a reality. We are positioning Pensacola to compete and succeed when it comes to jobs and talent and investment. We will not stand still. We will fight every day with every resource available to compete, to lead, and to take our city upward. Pensacola is a city with the wind at its back, and I truly believe our best days are yet to come. Thank you. Now it is my honor here to introduce our next speaker, President Senate Don Gates. He's no stranger to education, to healthcare, to business, no stranger to all Floridians, most importantly Northwest Florida, always supported Pensacola when it's come to jobs, our new Bay Bridge that we're going to have, and of course our port. Senator Gates, thank you for everything you do for our great state, Northwest Florida, and always staying steadfast with Pensacola. Thank you. Senator Don Gates.
Thank you very much. You notice that Mayor Hayward has a pink tie. I have a pink shirt. And my wife told me that only real men can wear pink. And she said she can hardly wait. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and thank the mayor for his kind introduction. One of the members of my staff said yesterday, well, you know, Don, you're going to Pensacola again, and you know, with redistricting, Pensacola's not part of your Senate district anymore. And I said, no, Louis Bair told me he would tell me when Pensacola was not part of my Senate district anymore. And until then, we do what Louis tells us. Everybody does what Louis tells us. It's a pleasure to be here, to be part of this announcement with Offshore Inland and Deep Flex and the extraordinary opportunities that we will have as a consequence of their decisions to be in Pensacola. $6.6 million in economic development incentives will go to work today on behalf of the port and on behalf of this partnership. 2/3 of that local incentives, 1/3 of it state incentives, creating $53 million worth of private capital investment induced into Pensacola as a result of this deal, this arrangement that's been worked on for a long time, that's really a tribute to our Chamber of Commerce, to Louis, to Jerry Maygarden, to all of those who've been involved in making it happen. And consequently, there will be 200 new jobs. And those aren't just any jobs, but jobs that will pay nearly or over what the average wage is here in Northwest Florida and in Pensacola. And that's extraordinary, to not just have more jobs, but to have more good jobs that diversify our economy and particularly underpin the manufacturing sector of the Northwest Florida economy, that all of us are doing what we can do to try to develop and expand. Also, obviously, as the mayor indicated, this uses our great Port of Pensacola, with 188,000 feet of facility being put to work to benefit the economy of our area, and two great companies that have come here and are investing $53 million worth of private capital in order to make this deal work. This is exactly the kind of economic growth that Northwest Florida wants and that we need, and it includes performance incentives. In a minute, you'll hear from the executive director of the Agency for Economic Development, the Department of Economic Opportunity in our state. And we've learned that in contrast to the past, where we had some faith-based economic development incentives, where we put out taxpayers' money and then had faith that it would result in jobs and would result in a return on investment, under Governor Scott and under the new head of the new Department of Economic Opportunity, now instead we have return on investment, performance incentives, and as these companies perform, then we provide the incentives that reward them for coming to Pensacola and to Northwest Florida. Jesse Panuccio, the executive director of the Department of Economic Opportunity, is what my son, Representative Matt Gates, calls the smartest man in Florida government, outside of the governor, of course. He's someone who has brought extreme discipline to a department that really needed it. We used to have the Department of Community Affairs under the old administration. They were the Department of saying no. We eliminated them. We have the Department of Economic Opportunity. They're the Department of saying yes. And Jesse Panuccio is the leader of that department and here to represent the governor and the state of Florida, Jesse Panuccio. Jesse. Where are you, boy? Or not so much. So, Mayor, what do I do when he doesn't show up? Chairman May. Chairman Lumen May! Now listen, if there weren't a partnership between the state providing some of the funding and providing a structure for these incentives, and the county stepping forward along with the city under the leadership of the Chamber of Commerce, we wouldn't have a deal. So Lumen, I don't know what kind of a fisherman you are, but you've landed a couple of big fish for Northwest Florida. Congratulations. And on behalf of the people of Northwest Florida, thanks for all you've done.
Thank you. We appreciate
There you
it.
are, Chairman.
Let's give it up for our great Senator, Don Gates. I really feel a little out of place. My name is not Jesse and I don't have on pink. And when he said real men wear pink, I said, why does Louis Bear have on a red tie? But
Because that's the real
But first of all, we really do want to thank this mayor, Mayor Hayward, for the leadership in putting Pensacola on the map and really representing us, to the chamber, Scott Luth and Jerry Maygarden, in your hard work, to the state, the senator who has led the charge to always recognize Northwest Florida and make us a part. Rich Biter being here means the world to us. And we can't do it without stakeholders. I so often say that the collaboration between the city and the county, the state, is what's really going to make us the place that we want to be in the next 10 to 20 years. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you for doing real jobs for real people, the everyday people that are walking around looking for manufacturing jobs. Without your leadership, we wouldn't be here. And I would be remiss if I would take credit for the county's position. We have our county commissioner, Gene Valentino, who has been the head of economic development and has chaired this program. Gene, come forward. Come on. I'm not going to let you talk, but I'm going to let you stand since you're running for office. Since I can't give you any money, this is worth a lot. But again, to all of our stakeholders, our private and our public stakeholders, we couldn't do it without you. I'm proud to work with the mayor. I'm proud that Escambia County is coming in and doing our part to make sure that we do for all of our citizens what all of us want, and that's simply good jobs. Thank you so much.
I want to take this opportunity to introduce to all of you Mr. Buddy McCormick. Buddy is the Vice President of Marine Operations for Offshore Inland Marine and Oil Field Services. He's a longtime Pensacola resident with a long and distinguished career in the maritime industry. Buddy, come forward.
Thank you. Thanks, Amy, for the introduction. You know, it's a big deal in Pensacola, as somebody told me earlier today, when Buddy McCormick's wearing a tie and socks. And a gator tie. These projects take a lot of teamwork and dedication. And I'd like to thank several people today, and I hope I don't leave anybody out. First, I'd like to thank the Deep Flex team of Felipe Lamigo, President and CEO, and Rob Gray, his CFO, for their patience and confidence in working with Offshore Inland and the team of Robin Roberts, President and CEO, Jack Berglund, the Senior Vice President of Commercial, and Keel Woodruff, our Senior VP of Production. There are a lot of others that I would like to recognize today, including Governor Rick Scott in the state of Florida for their economic incentive, Mayor Hayward for his keen vision in establishing the Mayor's Port Advisory Committee headed by John Meislick, with which this project fits the bill perfectly. City Administrator Colleen Castillo and her staff for helping with the project details. Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Jerry Maygarden, past Chamber Chairman Louis Bear, Scott Luth, Senior VP of Economic Development, excuse me, and Danita Andrews, Director of Business Development, for having the confidence in us and working tirelessly behind the scenes. Port Director Amy Miller and her staff of Clark Merritt and Glenda White for working so diligently with us on the contract details. City Council, led by President Jewel Canada Wynn, for voting near unanimously to support this project. County Commissioner, led by Chairman Lumen May, for their economic support. The UWF Office of Economic Development, Dr. Bryce Harris and Dr. Rip Harper, for their invaluable assistance and direction. Gulf Power, John Hutchinson, for their economic incentive. This is a great day for the two companies, the city and the port, and a great opportunity for the blue-collar workers in the surrounding area. As this city grows, it needs economic diversity, and this project, along with other work going on at the port, will be an economic engine that will create great jobs and opportunities downtown. On behalf of Offshore Inland, thank you.
Next up is Mr. Felipe Lamego, who is President and CEO of DeepFlex. Felipe?
Thanks, Amy, for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. So it's a pleasure to be here, talk to everyone. It's a very important day for DeepFlex. DeepFlex is a company, we're based, we have a headquarters in Houston, we have facilities in Brazil, and we do business globally. So it's been a long journey, to discuss, to work with different, parties involved with the process that we've gone through. And we really would like to thank everybody, from all the different agencies. I think I don't need to go through all the names, but, lots of people here that we work very closely with, and we felt the support and the professionalism of working with the city of Pensacola, with the port, with the mayor, with everybody that we had involved on the process of, selecting the site and having all the support, to implement our manufacturing facility in the Port of Pensacola. So thanks, Mayor Howard, for your support. DeepFlex is investing in Pensacola, supporting the growth, of the city, of the state, of the country. And as I said, for us, it's a major mark in the history of the company. We'd like to, thank stakeholders involved on this process within the city of Pensacola, Port of Pensacola, the state of Florida, Escambia County, Chamber of Commerce, Enterprise Florida, Florida Department of Economic Opportunity, Florida Department of Transportation, Gulf Power, University of West Florida, and Offshore Inland, which are, we are partners in doing this great development in the port. We have, everybody has provided us endless support, and we really appreciate, everything that has gone on for the last six to 8 months. Today is a very special day for us. We're delighted to have the economic assistance that we had, from the state of Florida to bring to Pensacola, the opportunity to create hundreds of jobs. As Buddy said, the hundreds of blue-collar jobs that we're going to create in the plant. But on top of that, a lot of technology. We're bringing technology to the city, engineering jobs, very high, scale jobs, high-level education requirement for, the types of products, all the R&D work, a lot of research work that we do. And all that's going to take here, a lot of that's going to take place here in Pensacola. Establishing our presence here in the city was strategically chosen. Basically the infrastructure that the port has to offer is very important for our business. The relationship, that we're going to create through the manufacturing of the pipelines that we're going to do in the port. The research work that we're going to do, here within the port, and in partnership with other businesses in Pensacola is extremely important as well. So we are committed to engage, communities, business people, everybody that can work together with us, to make this project a success. So throughout the entire time, that we spent in discussions with, different parties, evaluating the project, the visibility of implementing our manufacturing facility here, as I said, we had a great deal of support from all the parties involved. And, what really differentiated the city of Pensacola, the state of Florida, was the ability to welcome us, work very closely with our teams, with DeepFlex, very transparent, a lot of clarity in the process, that make the process, a lot easier. That it took I would say a few months, but, we understand that is a process to be followed. The strong differentiation, that the city, the state, and all the stakeholders involved really made, us decide to come here and make the investment that we're announcing today. So on behalf of DeepFlex, the team that we have here in the U.S. and overseas, I would like to thank you everybody for the support, and we are very pleased to be here in Pensacola. Thank you.
Thank you, Felipe. We're glad to have you here. And finally, to wrap things up, I want to introduce a longtime supporter of the Port of Pensacola and one-time travel buddy of mine and president of the Greater Pensacola Chamber of Commerce, Jerry Maygarden.
What happens in Cuba stays in Cuba. What a treat to be here. Senator, it's always good to see you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for hosting this special event. All of our mayors have been young and handsome, like Ashton, right? All of our mayors. I would really be remiss if I didn't mention a couple of people who are here in the audience. First of all, I want to recognize a guy who's committed a lot of energy to economic development in Pensacola. My boss, the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, Gary, long may he live, Houston. Gary, please take a bow. Thank you. We also have in the audience a number of board members of the Chamber and board members of the Chamber Foundation, our investors, people who take seriously economic development and community development. If you would, please, all of you guys stand up. Stan, I know you're over here already standing, but if Dave, you guys stand up and let us give you a big hand. Thank you so much. Louis, we really do appreciate your commitment. And finally, I've got to thank the staff. You've already been recognized, but Scott and your team, Danita, all the people in the Economic Development Office, please stand up and let us give you a big hand. Thank you so much for all that you do. Buddy, Robert, Felipe, we used to have an old gray mayor by the name of Vince Wibbs who used to say, "Welcome to Pensacola, the Western Gate to Sunshine State, where thousands live the way millions wish they could." And the warmth comes not only from God's good sunshine, but from the hearts of our people. Well, I don't know about all of that, but I do know you are welcome here, and you're more than just a job, you're more than just a tenant, you're a neighbor. And we appreciate you being a part of our community. Thank you so much for what you do, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Jerry, you'll always be handsome in my book. So, Jerry, we were this morning, so I want to welcome all the folks that are visiting our great city that CBRE and the Chamber of Commerce are putting on. So we have a lot of visitors here, Senator Gates, from around the country visiting Pensacola, Northwest Florida. So thank you for being here. This is a great day. Deep Flex, this is all about globalization coming right in here to Pensacola, Northwest Florida, and the great state of Florida, and we thank you. And I want to thank everybody for being here. This was a team effort with the City Council, with the county, especially with the state, with DOT. This is a big wig for our community, and we're going to continue to grow our great state. We're the third largest state in the union now, and we're going to continue to grow Northwest Florida, and we can't do it without each and every one of you. So thank you for being here. Enjoy your day. Thank you.